Hello everybody, this is Dave Black and Sally Teenage Westie here, and today we are in Brodick, very close to where the ferry comes in, and in front of me is the Douglas Hotel, a big sandstone hotel in great condition. In fact, that hotel's for sale just now for over £3 million from what I remember. Just get Sally going here. There we go. And we're just going to go to what I call the Secret Waterfall today, which is a short path, a little known path that goes from the Douglas Hotel up to this little waterfall, up the side of some sandstone buildings. And you can hear the water just on my left here. We're just walking alongside the little burn. I'll just see what Sally's up to. Yeah, she's coming. She's just a little bit slow in this bit because it's stony. There we go. And it's nice to be out today because it's a lovely sunny day, and it's the first one we've had for a while. It's been really raining so much lately, but every time you go out the door it's just raining the whole time. So autumn's come in with a vengeance this year, and this is a real nice change. Sally's still plodding along. Let's have a look at the river here. Yep, quite a lot of water in the river, just what I would have expected. There's been so much rain lately. Not exactly flooding, but busy. And a lot of leaves on the ground as well, which you would expect being the time of year, autumn. Let's look for Sally again. She's sniffing about over there. So I actually give Sally her haircuts myself. I don't take her anywhere to do that. And I've got 3 blades. A short one, a medium one and a long one. The short one is a number 7, the medium one's a 5 and the long one's a 4. And I think I'm going to haircut her today or tomorrow, give her a bath as well. And this will be the last time that I use the number 5 blade, which in effect is my spring-autumn blade. So it just kind of tidies her up, but it won't leave her really cold. Right, we're just right 15 yards from the river just now, and I'm going to take a few steps down towards it because it actually is quite noisy today. Nice. Right down to the side of it here. Yeah. A bit of white water in there. Beautiful. All the sun shining through the trees. I've come down towards the water, but Sally stayed exactly where she was. She won't come down because she doesn't like water. There she is. Good dog, Sally. Because she spent the first 12 years indoors in a flat in Kent, although she's been with me and on Arran for a few years now, she kind of gets stuck in some of her ways. So she's always a bit wary of water, and we are going towards a waterfall, but she won't go very close to it. In fact, there are several waterfalls up here. I'll just keep an eye on her in this bit because this is quite close to the path goes quite close to a little fall there. That's okay. Okay, she's coming. Here she comes. Yeah, so she's wary of water, and quite rightly. She's never been swimming or anything like that. Even just going to a puddle is something that's dealt with trepidation. She'll be very wary and test how deep the puddle is before she even goes through it, just in case it's deeper than she expects. So on my left here, we've only gone maybe, I don't know, a couple of 100 yards from the hotel. And that's a cracking waterfall on the left now. It really is busy, there's a lot of water in there. That's about the best I've seen it for a long time. And the other thing is, of course, you can see it very well because the leaves are falling off the trees, so it's easier to see, past things to get the view. If I come here in the summer, then there'd be an awful lot more greenery around, much more difficult to see. Right, Sally's coming up. She's not looking so keen coming up here. I think, I don't suppose she can hear the water. It's a nice path. So I think it's just because, like I said, she's a little bit wary of it. So she's probably going to be not so bothered. But I won't take her close to the waterfall. She'll be okay. Have a look over here on the left. There's another waterfall in there, but I can't really see it very well. I've always known this path here because I used to work for the council in the 1980s, and there were actually quite substantial paths in this area, and several bridges built as well. It was really impressive, and so it's always been a public right of way since then. Certainly, that's when I became aware of it. But I have knowledge that other people maybe don't. So a lot of people don't know it's here. I'm coming up here today because someone asked me to. Because the last time I come up here was several weeks ago. Oh, what's that there? Something hanging. Right there. Is that a little grub or something? Put that down the ground. A little grub hanging off a spider's web just in front of my face there. Don't know what that was. Anyway, someone asked me to come up here and see if the tents were still here, because there were some tents placed here last time I came up 2 or 3 weeks ago. And by the look of it, they still are. I wonder if there's anybody living in them. So that's what I've come back for, really. To see what's happening with these tents. Well, they're still here. So the only question left is somebody staying here? Or are these abandoned? And I don't know the answer, to be honest. Because these look exactly the same as the last time I was here. A big brown tent and a small blue one, all sealed up, and a shopping trolley with lots of plastic in it. Like someone's intended to get rid of the rubbish, but they haven't done it. That same trolley was here the last time I came, so that's a bit of a shame. That's a bit of an eyesore here. Hopefully that'll get dealt with at some point. I suppose nothing is forever, so it will be. But what I'll do, I'll grab Sally because I want to go past these tents and have a look at the actual main waterfall here, which Sally won't go very close to, so I'm just going to lift her up over these guy lines. There we go. Okay. I don't think that tent's changed at all since the last time, so that's the answer. I think that's here for the duration. Okay, now I'm at the main waterfall. In front of me, I'll just turn around and see what Sally's doing. She's just standing guarding the tent. She's not going to come to where I am. Might come another couple of feet, but that'll be it. And in front of me is a big stone pad. The river's in front of me. Maybe about 15 foot across, and steps and a big stone kind of structure on the other side. And that's where a bridge used to stretch across the river up to a wooden building on the top of a hill in front of me, which was the garden centre. And that's just been sold as well, so there's a lot of changes going on here. All this land was recently sold, so I don't know what it's going to get used for. I'll just get closer to this waterfall. Hope you can still hear me. There we go. It's very impressive today. I'll just lean up on against a tree, get a good look at it. So, a wonderful waterfall that looks like it's been built, because from left to right, the dead straight line with the waterfall, perfectly uniform all the way across. Falls down a foot or so, bounces off some kind of rock protrusion, sticks out for another couple of feet and then falls down with a lovely white foamy effect, and along the base there as well, all white and foamy and noisy. And it's a contrast to waterfalls to a bit of the top, which is perfectly flat and calm and just black, completely smooth, almost like oil. A lovely waterfall. It looks like someone's made it just because it's so perfect from left to right. But they haven't, it's just the way it's happened. Isn't that beautiful? What a lovely noise it makes as well. I'll just look back and see what Sally's doing. Yeah, she's waiting down in that tent. She's not coming very close. She does get worried about water. It is lovely here. And because we've got the sunshine, of course, it just makes it even nicer. The sunshine through the trees, everything is nice and light and warm. The only thing is these tents, of course, but hopefully they'll be gone. Okay, one last look at the waterfall. Listen to the waterfall. Great noise. Well, imagine if you could choose wherever you would build a house. It'd just be great to build it, build or buy one beside running water. There's Sally staring intently at me. Is that us finished now? Are we going to leave the water? Yes, I think so. I think that'll do. I'll just grab her, get her back over this tent again. Come on, Sal. There we go. Back over all these skylines. We'll go right up a banking here, put it back down the path. And the water's getting quieter and quieter in the distance. Oh. There we go. Alright, Sally, go on then. Okay, so we'll go back down the path, back down to the Douglas Hotel. And unsurprisingly, Sally's got much better speed than she had on the way here. Because we're going away from the water. So I suppose you could say, I think it's fair to say that she's not keen. She should be, because there's nothing dangerous there, it's just a nice path. But she's not. I think she's wanting to get back down onto the front, where things are much safer and there are much more doggy smells, which is what we'll do. We'll do that as well. I'm quite glad to be out today because I work for the ferry at Brodick, and we had a tough day on Sunday, which is a long time away now. Is that 5 days away? A very tough day. Oh, there's another one of those little maggot things just hanging. Gosh, wonder what that does. Don't even know what that is. It's just like hanging in midair. That's a strange one. I don't remember ever coming across a wiggly maggot just hanging 4 foot from above the path on a little bit of string, and it is alive. Gosh, I don't even know what that is. Well, I better get a move on. Sally's miles ahead now. So it's definitely keeping better speed than the way up. Okay, that explains that. So it's not that she wasn't feeling like herself, she just wasn't really wanting to see the waterfall. Okay. Dog. I don't know if you can notice this. I'll try and show you. Sally's legs go in the wrong order. Normally, dogs go like front left paw, back right paw at the same time. With Sally, it's kind of like marching with both paws on the same side. So on the left hand side of her body, both paws go together, and then on the right hand side, both paws go together, like left, right, left, right. So both left paws and both right paws, and that's how she kind of wobbles about when she's walking. Whereas other dogs I've had, it would be alternate, opposite legs, front, left, back, right, etc., to keep everything balanced. Well, there's an unusual event. I'm just at this waterfall and walking along, and I can hear a plane really loudly in the sky. Normally don't hear any planes whatsoever. That is unusual. I can still hear it. Anyway, so Sally's paws go really in the wrong order, because they go together on the same side. It's kind of cute, but it gives her that wobbly gait. She's always done it. It's just the way she's made. I don't know why. Strange dog. Still hearing that plane. Well, I can't see what's above me, so this is the tree cover. There's no point in looking up. Oh, there it is. Oh, I can see it. Just see it up there, just above the roof of the building beside me. I was working away on Sunday, and it was a tough day, and it took me a day to recover, which it always does, but I didn't even recover 2 days later, and I was wondering why. Why is it taking me so long to recover from that tough day at work, with the boats being disrupted and everybody being stuck and things, a lot of stress. And I worked it out finally yesterday and maybe the day before, because I'm not very well. So that's the reason. Unless, of course, there's the chicken and egg thing going on here. Am I not very well because of Sunday, or was I already starting to come down with something, which is why Sunday was maybe even tougher? I don't know. Don't know the answer. But I'll tell you this, I've been really struggling for the last couple of days, and the one thing is, you can't stop walking a dog even if you're not feeling 100%. You've still got to walk them because they need out, and I've done it an hour and a half twice a day all these days, and to be fair, it is really nice to be out today. So I'm just leaving the river. It's still on my right, but it's a lot quieter here. I'm moving away from it onto the Douglas Hotel driveway. Sally's lagging behind again now because we're on a stony path, and she doesn't like that as much as the natural path that we were on going up to the waterfall. Here she comes, plodding along. And in front of me is the Douglas Hotel again, looking amazing. Like I said, it's for sale, £3.25 million I think it was. Obviously, it looks in great condition. They spent a lot of money on it, and it's what they call a boutique hotel, which I had never even heard of before, but it means a very high class hotel. But the only thing about it, and I don't know if people are aware of this, that the Douglas Hotel, it's got accommodation. Some of the staff are accommodated at another building along the road called the Shore House Hotel, or Shore House Apartments, that's the right name for it, and it's for sale as well. And if someone was to buy this hotel and not buy the Shore House, or get, Sally beside me, I was wondering where she was, or get some deal with the Shore House, they wouldn't have any accommodation, or a lot of accommodation for their staff. So you would hope that the person who buys this doesn't presume there are plenty of locals that can work in that hotel, because there just aren't. The one thing, I won't talk about it too much just now, because that wasn't my plan, but the population is falling rapidly in Arran because it's so popular with tourists, and you can't have both a tourist and a local in the same house. So the more demand there is for tourist accommodation, the less there is available for locals. In other words, they get priced out, and there's an enormous pressure on housing just now, and all the businesses are struggling to get staff, and they were relying before on getting staff from Europe, but Brexit put paid to that. Right. And now they can't get the Europeans anymore. And there's full employment on the mainland, so they would get, some businesses would get people commuting as well, or coming from the mainland, and they can't get them anymore because they've got jobs in the mainland now. So they're relying much more on local labour, and there just isn't any. It's like suddenly they've realised too late there really aren't that many people living here anymore of working age. It's retired people or tourists. Back beside the river again, just where it comes to the main road. I'm standing just at the junction of the Douglas Hotel driveway and the main road, and the river runs under a bridge under the main road, and there's another little waterfall here as well. Just a lovely little spot. Sally won't appreciate it. But she can't see this one, so that's good. It's hidden behind a small banking, so she'll be quite happy there. And now we're back out at the main road, and we've got a view right the way round from the pier, Brodick ferry terminal, the petrol station, across the water, right round Brodick Bay, Little Cumbria over there, and there's Goatfell, and the rest of the mountain range over there, and right up the main road. And this is the busiest spot for traffic, of course, because Brodick and Lamarsh were the two main villages, but this is the busiest because the main ferry comes in just where we are. So I'm going to have to be careful with Sally crossing the road here. And what I'll do, I'll just pick her up, I think. Come on, wee girl. There's more weight in this dog than you would think. She's definitely chubby, which is nice to see. Being that she had problems with her weight and her eating for a while, a few months ago. She's doing fine now, nice and chubby. Oh, there she goes. A couple of collies over there. Yeah, so it's lovely here. Sally will be happy. Other dogs to see. There's another small dog coming towards us. And no water to speak of apart from in the sea, which isn't a problem for her now. Very busy here now, lots of people walking about. I don't know what time it is, but I can see the people all over the place here. A couple of them saying hello to Sally. I'll just go up to the edge of the pavement here and have a look over. Yeah, so I'm just looking at the part of the bay where the old pier used to be. And they've been taking that apart. It's almost completely gone now. Those two things there, they're just boats really, you know, with diggers on them. So there really is only those few wee stumps in the water sticking out, and then that's the pier gone altogether, being replaced by the new pier, which is a good thing, because I went to Cairn Ryan, I've been there quite a few times, and they haven't got rid of their old pier, and it's a big eyesore. It's a real problem. I simply wouldn't want to live at Cairn Ryan just because they've got this massive old wreck up here. I'm just sadly going to say hello to the collies now. massive collies and wee Sally just sniffing away, little wee Westie. She's funny. Says hello to everybody. I'll just go and I'll follow Sally. There you go, Sally. You say hello to some doggies there? Yes, you did. So you did. Come on, Muttley. Yes, Karen Ryan, I mean, it's really quite dangerous, the pier. It's bits missing and holes in it and things. And I'm quite glad that they're taking this pier away for that reason. Because it's the right thing to do, not cheap to do. I've heard people saying that they're sad that they're taking it away because it reminds them of the past and things. It's a, you know, just getting rid of things. Why would you want to keep a pier when it's not being used anymore and it's just going to decay? You can't use it unless it's got certificates and it's past health and safety and things these days. You just can't do it. So, yeah, I for one am glad that it's gone. And once those boats have gone, and we've got nothing, these two boats that are in front of me with JCBs on them that are dismantling it, there'll be nothing there apart from just water. I'll be glad, and the job will be done, and it won't be an eyesore anymore. And there's the ferry just coming in behind them, MV Caledonian Isles. Quite a few boats out there actually today, a couple of cargo ships, and you can see right the way across to the mainland. What a clear day it is. Like I say, in front of me is Little Cumbria, which is away across the Firth of Clyde, near the mainland, a small island. And also Cumbria I can see as well, in fact. And it's just clear, so clear today. I can see quite a long way back on the mainland. In fact, I swear I can see buildings as well. I can. And that's 12 or 13 miles away. I can see the wind farms on the top of the hill just behind the ferry. I can see a village just at the shore there, and funnily enough I've been here for 38 years and I don't know what village it is. I don't know what I'm looking at. It's funny. Right, there's Sally waiting for me. What a good dog. She's so patient. Here she comes. Legs all in the wrong order. Left, right, 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 left, right. Anyway, hopefully she'll be looking tip top once I've given her a haircut. It won't take much off her, it just neaten it up, and a bath as well, and I'll trim round her eyes and things. And then the next time after that, it will be a long cut, and she'll look more like a miniature polar bear for the winter again, because she'll be very hairy. A little white koala bear, that's what she's like. Little chubby white koala bear. But anyway, here we go. So I've only got 30 seconds left on my camera, so I'd better say goodbye, or cheery in this case, and before I get cut off. So I'll speak to you all again soon. Goodbye from Brodick Bay.